And continuing our series with filmmakers here at the Long Beach International Film Festival 2019. Can you believe it's 2019, Gabe? It's 2019. Time is flying. Quick shout out to Bridgeworks, to Adam Butter, Engel Volkers Real Estate, and of course SVS Fine Jewelry for helping us out with this podcast series. How are you? Desiree, great to meet you. What's your full name?
Desiree Matthews.
Desiree
nice to meet
Matthews.
you too, Kevin.
Great to meet you. I'm Kevin, and we are talking to filmmakers and or people centered around some of the films being screened at our wonderful festival this year. I understand you have a screening coming up at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, just a little bit this afternoon.
Fantastic. Have you been to the theater yet?
I have not. No, I'm super excited.
Because I've been here chained, I haven't, but I heard it's like really fantastic.
Awesome. I can't wait to check it out.
Yeah, so we want to hear all about your film. We want to hear about the inspiration for it, how you were involved with it. I understand you're an actress in the film. Tell us.
So this is my first film. I wrote it, executive produced it, and I'm the actor in it, or one of the lead actors. And it was inspired by personal experience. It's actually about a woman who has a miscarriage. And so when that happened to me, I found the experience to be really confounding. And I didn't know how to process it all, to be quite honest. And so one of the ways that I processed it was beginning to write the script. And so when I started writing it, it was just an exercise to heal. And I'm lucky enough that my mentor is the lovely and amazing Olympia Dukakis. And so I wrote it for us. And we would read it and work on it. And then after a couple months, Olympia turned to me and she was just like, Desiree, are we ever going to make this thing? Mm-hmm. And so her belief in me gave me the confidence to really push forward and put myself out there, do the crowdfunding, make the film.
Oh, you did the crowdfunding. Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, so it was really, it took a village, a wide village made this film.
Well, this is the kind of stuff I want to talk to filmmakers and producers about, that this can be done because creative ideas emerge for different reasons. You have already stated what your reason was. We had the person we spoke to before, very similar in their emerging to get the creativity out. Tell me about that process. How long is that process?
So since this was my first screenplay, it did take a little while. I think I really took my time and I let myself write it very intuitively. So I can't quite pinpoint, but I think I gave myself about a year,
okay.
And it's only a 15-minute short, but I really felt a responsibility to tell this story very honestly and to tell to make it truthful to what I experienced, but then also to a broader audience as well. So it's really sort of a story about loss and grief, and hopefully applicable universally. Where did
it take place? Where was the filming? And tell me about the film crew. I want people to understand.
Oh, well, I had an all-female film crew.
That's cool.
So as the executive producer, it was really important to me to bring on a lot of women, particularly because of this story, which is a very feminine experience. So I had a 100% female crew. In fact, almost everyone involved in the making of the film was a woman, with the exception of my husband and a very dear friend who did the sound mix. So almost everyone was a woman, and it was pretty remarkable. I will say that being on set, and hearing Anna call cut, and I'm looking around, and I'm sort of coming back from being in the moment, and I'm just surrounded by all these women. And the youngest woman on set was, I think, around 20. And when we shot it, Olympia was 86. So
Incredible.
We had this intergenerational experience, and I felt quite proud, to be honest, that all these women were coming together to make something.
Where was the set?
Well, the set was partially in my apartment. We also shot on the subway, and then we shot some exteriors, and we shot in a sushi bar.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So if you want to, just talk about, and maybe you do know and maybe you don't, I think it's very important for other filmmakers, which probably be the bulk of who watches, for example, this podcast. Can you talk about some of the production equipment? If some people shoot these films, I know, on Canon 5, Mark D 5s or Red cameras. Can you give us any of that?
Yeah, we shot on Red Dragon.
There you go.
We shot in, I want to say, 6K. My DP was just this extraordinary talent. And I will say that since I didn't direct it and I was acting in it,
you didn't pay too much of it.
Yeah, I was much more involved in like the pre and post versus the actual,
Right. But from a filmmaker, I think not that equipment is everything, because the story's everything, and the way you tell that story is really everything. The equipment I only bring out because filmmakers that are crowdfunding right? They're trying to get a budget together and things like that. So that's why I try to let it out, with
Yeah.
that kind of experience.
Well, I will say that the rental of the camera was a considerable
Right.
part of the budget, and that we weren't going to sacrifice that because we wanted it to look cinematic.
Correct.
And additionally, with the color correction, we did that out in LA at Neptune Post. They were fantastic, and Persephone was our colorist's name. She just did an extraordinary job. I think a lot of people have asked me, was it shot on film, because
Right.
it just the style of it.
Right.
So
And that's what you were looking for.
that's what we were looking
And
for.
you achieved that.
Yeah.
Where has the film been shown thus far before you got here?
So far, well, we premiered at Holly Shorts. We've gone to Sonoma International. I was just last weekend in Reno at the Cordillera International Film Festival, the Women's Film Festival in Vermont,
Wonderful.
Oxford Film Festival, Mississippi. Lots of great places.
Did you meet Steve in Sonoma? Is that why you're
I
here?
sure did, yeah.
So we had Steve on, who was our first guest yesterday. Wonderful guy. Probably, I don't know how he keeps all those films in his head, to be honest, but he's very talented that way in his
Yeah,
own right, for
yeah.
sure. So 2 o'clock, obviously this will be out after today's screening. Where can people see it next?
So we're still on the
'Cause I think
circuit
they're
for a
gonna be
little
intrigued.
bit. Yeah, we're on the circuit for a little bit, but we definitely are going to, post it broadly in a few months. We have a few
Well, that's what I
submissions
meant.
out
Where,
yet.
where would be the next circuit
next-
location?
The next one I'm not allowed to announce yet,
Fine, that's fine.
unfortunately.
That's fine. What is the
Yeah.
website so that when
So
it is announced?
it's thegreatunknownfilm.com, and we're also on Instagram at The Great Unknown Film, and we're on Facebook and all that good stuff.
Good. Sounds like you're really doing it right, and it's going to be
Trying to.
very successful. It's already successful. I can see that.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Desiree, let me say it's been a pleasure speaking to you today. Thank you for stopping by. Please let filmmakers you see at the festival know they're available to come in and see and talk about their film here on this podcast.
Absolutely will do. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks again.